Just what are digital computers? Large computers can remember and keep tab on millions of bits of data and fetch and use any of them in a fraction of a moment. Yet, as complicated as they might appear, digital computers are basically simple, a collection of ideas and principles that are not at all difficult to understand. Nor are they very new. Here is the first computer man ever used. It was the first digital computer. Indeed, the word digit comes from the Latin word for finger. Used in counting, then, digits became numbers. To keep track of numbers, or to count higher, man used stones. We still use the Latin word for stone, calculus, and the first calculating device may have looked like this. With it, you could count your sheep, your children, your prayers. In fact, the Anglo-Saxon word bead meant prayer. When man put up his counting beads like this, he grouped them like the digits of his hand, with the extra beads counting the number of fives. The abacus, used by all civilizations of antiquity, is still a widely used counting or accounting device. 350 years ago, a Scottish scholar, preacher, and mathematician named John Napier invented these ivory calculating bones, as they were called. This is one of the original sets. They were used for multiplication. A few years later, the French genius Blaise Pascal invented and built the world's first mechanical adding machines. This is one of them, made in the 1640s. Pascal's achievement lay in the gear mechanism, which automatically took care of carryovers. For example, 6 plus 9 has the 1 carried over to the next place. Also in the early 1600s, an Englishman, William Oughtred, put together 2 logarithmic scales like these and made the form of slide rule we use today, an indispensable 300-year-old tool. Our 7-league boots are our calculating machines, and they come in many styles. In some, the action is entirely mechanical, using levers, linkages, gears, and ratchets to perform the calculating operations. The method used here is digital. That is, the machine works with digits, actual numbers. In this type of calculator or computer, the action is electromechanical. It makes use of servo motors, potentiometers, cams, friction drives, and similar devices. They are moved or set so that shaft positions, voltages, angles, lengths, and other physical quantities represent the numbers involved in the calculations. Since equivalents, or analogs of numbers, are used rather than numbers as such, these types of machines are called analog computers. In this type of computer, the action is entirely electronic and completely automatic. The working parts are transistors, vacuum tubes, magnetic devices, and other electronic components. The machine works with actual numbers and is therefore a digital computer.